Alright, hey, Hades Omega here, and so this is the install portion of Hades Omega's fog light installation vlog, alright? There are many vlogs about installing fog lights on the Rav4, but this one is mine, okay? So you're just going to kind of watch along as I do it, alright? But I'll kind of go along and tell you what I'm doing along the way, okay? So we're going to finally install the fog light bezels with the fog lights and then do the wiring after, okay? I've been waiting to do this for weeks, so let's get it done, alright? Okay, so here's where we're working. So what I've done is I've turned the steering wheel to the right, alright? We're working on the left, so we're going to turn it to the right, and that should give you a little more extra space to work on. Basically what we got to do is we got to pull some of this trim off and then peel back this liner here. And then we should be able to access the fog light. It'd probably be even easier if you took the wheel off, okay? But I'm gonna see if I could do it without the wheel on. All right, so let's have at it. Okay, so some of the tools Hades Omega thinks he's gonna need are some 10mm sockets, all right, and wrench. I have a little ratcheting one, so that should help speed things up. And then you're gonna need some pry bars because we're gonna be taking some body clips off, okay? So I've got a kind of small flathead and then like a regular size flathead. What number is this one? It just says 1/4 inch, I don't know. And then I have this this really small pry bar, all right, this should help. I think we're probably gonna make use of the smaller one more, okay? Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna remove is this bolt right here, or screw. You could use a Phillips head screwdriver, like a number 3 or something. Okay, there's one. Make sure you keep track of all the stuff you're taking out. All right, there's another bolt. Okay, there's another bolt right here. It's got to come out. Okay. So this one is a kind of smaller one, but it doesn't have a Phillips head kind of cross on it, okay? All right, and then the next thing to do is to remove some of these clips, all right? So let's take a look at the clips I'm gonna remove, all right? So there's one right here, okay? There's another one right here, pretty much near where all the bolts are, but there's one here, all right? There's one here, and there's one right here, okay? There's another bolt right here, but I'm not sure if we're going to remove all these. Yeah, let's take this one out just in case. All right. Yeah, so I kind of read that you don't have to take the whole thing out, the whole trim. I don't want to if I don't have to. Just enough to get that liner out. Okay, so far I've removed 2 smaller bolts and 1 bigger one, all right? Remember, the bigger one goes right down here-ish, okay? Okay, so I'm going to show you how to remove this one clip, all right, just to show you how it works. All right, there's a center part that you're supposed to pop out, and then you can pull the rest of it out. So I'm just going to get my screwdriver, pry it in there, pop that center part out, all right? All right, and then you should be able to pull the rest of it out. Hopefully it doesn't come apart, but I'm going to try to grab the base of it and just pull. All right, there you go. All right, so that's how I'm going to do all the rest of them. So sometimes it helps to just stick it in there and just twist it, and it might just pop out, okay? My Rav4 has about 12,000 miles on it. I think they're kind of like, the older it is, the harder it is to get them out because stuff gets in there. Okay, I'm going to remove one more up here. Okay, so now I'm going to start pulling back on the trim. All right, it should be able to pop out now. Break it. strangely enough, this side popped out first. Okay. Do one more. Okay. Alright, so that's the kind of extent to what we're going to pull out. For whatever reason, this side popped out first. Alright, and then so I just kind of worked my fingers in there. It was really hard to get out under here. I don't know why. Alright, and then so you should be able to peel back the liner now. Alright, enough to access the fog lights, perhaps. Hold on. Okay, there's a couple bolts that you gotta take out underneath first. Alright, so that's the outside one. Okay, so before we can get the liner out, I think we have to take these little plastic trim pieces off. So I'm gonna remove this and this over here. And oh, there's 3 of them. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Okay, did you get that? Okay, so I hope that's enough room to work with there. So what I did is I took a piece of trailer wire I had lying around, and I put it around here, this hole right here, and I tied it to the rim. Okay, so that way I can work with my hands free. Okay, so I can get a better shot sideways. Sorry guys. So up here is another one of those clips. All right, you got to take that clip out, or else this won't come out. Okay, and then there's a bunch of brackets that are attached to the bezel here, or the cover, like right here, and right here, and right here. Okay, so those all got to come out. All right, but this will not come out until we remove this clip here. Okay, so I'm going to remove that, and then it's just kind of, you should be able to just push it out. There's just a bunch of little tabs holding it in there. All right, it just kind of locks into place. He's going to see if he can get this clip out while holding the camera. No promises. Oh, there we go. Okay, pop the clip, pull up on it, pop that out. Okay, there it is. I got it. Alright, so this one was in there. I will put it out here so I remember. It's nice and clean too, so. Okay, I know it's kind of hard to see, but with that one clip out, I should be able to push on the bezel, and it should come out from the front. I think it's got to come out from the front. Sure. Alright, you got that? So you just kind of push on there. It's got a little claw. It's like shaped like a wedge, sort of. All you have to do is kind of get the claw out from the panel. It should pop out. Mine are not wanting to come out so readily. Try not to scratch it. This is a nice glossy one, you know. Okay, I need a screwdriver to help me. Okay, I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, ta-da! I got it out. Here it is. Alright, so yeah, you just gotta get those clips out somehow. Mine are very difficult to get out, I'm not gonna lie. And it comes out. Okay, so there's a clip here holding the wire harness in. You gotta pop that out. So to do that, it would be, I'm gonna use these needle nose pliers. It looks like you gotta squeeze them this way. Okay. So it ain't coming out. Okay, there you go. Came out pretty easily. There should be one on the other side on the top. I think it's easier to do it from here. Yeah, sorry, my Rav4 is like so white it's hard to see in there. this one out. Try to keep it from going in though. Okay, and then there's one here in the middle. Let me do that. See this white clip here? That's got to come out. I think all you have to do is just spread it, and it should just come out. Right here. Okay, there you go. You just got to spread it out. There's like little teeth that grab it. All right, and I think there's another one down here. Okay. Okay, so this one has a little claw that goes up and down. Right here. See that guy right there? Grab pliers, squeeze that. Instead of squeezing from the sides, you squeeze from the skinny parts. It's a little different than other ones. Okay. Should pop out. There we go. It's free. Ta-da! Alright, there it is. I got the cover out. Marvel at the nice gloss black. Alright, I think it's a metallic black also. There's a part number on it too. It's too bad they don't sell a fog light bezel that's already been painted like this. I like this. I think it actually looks nice. It looks nicer than the one we're going to put on, but ain't got no fog lights. Alright. Okay, I think I figured this out, okay? Alright, so there's your bezel, alright? And this is the left bezel, alright, on the left, the driver's side. And there's an arrow that goes up here, okay? And here's your fog light, alright? And it should have up arrow right here, okay? And it should tell you what side it is. This is the left one, so this is left and up, alright? So it's got to be installed like that, okay? And then there's a cutout here, alright? So I thought there's going to be 4 screws installing it, but there isn't, alright? There's a tab here. You have to go sideways in like that, alright? And that holds that in, so that there's not actually a screw on one side. And then you put this here, there's a peg right here on the upper right, and that goes through there, okay? And then you screw it in. So there's really only 1 screw, guys. Oh, there's 2 screws. There's one right here. Okay. Got it? So the little tab, it goes in there, all right? There's no screw for this one. It just kind of just sits there, all right? And then you've got a screw that goes here and a screw that goes right here, okay? And then this peg should go through the whole thing right there. All right, I guess when you tighten it, it should all go in there. Okay. Okay, I want to get our 2 screws. Okay, so I've got the 2 screws right here. I'm going to go ahead and screw that onto the bezel. Okay, so on the upper right, there's one, and then the bottom left. They're like diagonal from each other. Okay, it's like a self-tapping screw, so don't tighten it too tight. That's what I want to say. Yeah, don't tighten it too tight first. Okay, leave it a little bit loose, and then you got to press the other peg in there. All right, and screw it in. It's kind of difficult. Okay. Now this peg should go in all the way. Yeah. Does not fit super well. I think that should be fine. As long as it doesn't move, it's okay. Okay. So we're gonna tighten this. Okay. Tighten this. Okay, that should be it. All right, there you go. Fog light is installed. Looks good. What I'm beginning to notice is this Plastidip material. It it attracts dust quite a bit. All right, well, I don't think it really matter when it's on the car. So, okay, but there it is. That's what it looks like from the back. All right. So left, up, left, up. It's kind of hard to see, but it says left and up there. Okay. Then the switch would go there, and I think this is what you would use to adjust the light. Okay, but I'm not going to mess around with it. Hopefully it's already aimed right. Okay, there it is. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and I'll just show you what it looks like. Okay, so there's the right one done. Right, up and right and right. All right, and then so what I noticed is to get this peg to line up here, you gotta pull this apart, pull this that way, and then it'll line up. Okay, and then you just tighten it down. Okay, so that's it. They're both installed. Cool dealy. That's what they look like. Okay. All right. The next step, we're gonna install this onto the bumper. Okay, here's what the new bezel looks like, all right, compared to the old one, if you guys are wondering. There you go. So I did Plastidip this, and I put a glossifier, a glossy clear coat on it, and I think it did okay. It's definitely not as shiny. It's definitely not as shiny as the Rav4 Prime trim. That's what I say, but it's close enough. It's got a little texture to it. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and install this. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and install this. So basically, I think it's just gotta come in from the back, and then those little clips that I took out, you just gotta pop them in. Yeah, you just gotta pop them in through these holes here. Okay, hopefully I don't scratch the Plastidip too much. It'll be hard to paint it. Okay, here we go. I'll get a view from the front. Right, make sure you got the one that says on the corresponding side. This one says left, so this is the driver's side. In America. Make sure your fog light is already installed. I know, this would be a good time to clean this, you know? Actually, I think I'm going to do that real quick. I'm going to clean out all this kind of dirt where the trim is real quick. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and install it. Finally. Just going to press forward and it should just clip in. I'm kind of worried about my PPF here. Okay, well, I think that's it. There's quite a bit of a gap you're gonna have compared to the old bezel. All right, as well, so because it's already on there. See, so this one sticks out more. It sticks out a lot more. So I could see a bit of the PPF right here, which is okay, but there's dirt underneath it. So I might have to take this to the shop and have them redo that. I don't know. Okay, so I got some of my PPF protective film, all right, poking out here, and there's a bunch of dirt under it. So I'm gonna try to peel that off a little bit and clean it, and then try to reapply it. All right. I don't really care about all this here. I mean, it looks good. It's still on there. So I care if there's like dirt getting in there and it starts lifting and stuff. So okay, so I'm gonna pull it back out, and then I'm gonna try to push this back in. So if you don't have PPF, it probably won't be a problem for you guys, all right? Because they stuck it in there quite a bit, is what I'm gonna say, and this doesn't stick out far enough to cover this. So you're gonna see it. Okay, I was able to reattach the PPF. I wasn't able to clean it all the way, so it looks like there's a little bit of dirt behind it, but whatever, that's fine. As long as it's not like sticking out, you know. there. Okay. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and install it. Finally. Okay, popped it back on. Not too bad. Some little gaps and stuff, but that's all right. So remember, this is not a OEM Toyota part. So we'll see. All right. Sorry, the video's kind of sideways here, but I'm gonna go ahead and pop these clips back in. All right, if you remember correctly, this is that one with the teeth. It just kind of just grabs onto that. All right. There's one up here. Okay. There's one over here. And then there's one down here. Next. Rav4. Does it go the other way? I'm not really sure how this goes. Oh, yeah, like that. Oh, this one doesn't go on very well. Okay, whatever. That's fine. All right, and we're done. It's installed. Now we just have to run the wire harness. But there it is. That's what it kind of looks like. Okay, yeah. Before I continue with the other side, just put this this clip that goes on the top of the bezel back on. Okay, so this it'll pop out. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball it. I'm not gonna eyeball it. I'm just gonna feel it out. All right, there we go. I'm gonna press down on it and lock it in. Okay. I hope you guys saw that. Okay. But yeah, I put the clip back in. All right. It's back there. Okay, somewhere. So that's the left side. So I heard the passenger side is harder because there's a lot more stuff behind there. So I'm just gonna kind of do it. It's pretty much gonna be the same thing as the other side, but it's just a little bit tighter from what I heard. All right, but so I'm gonna go turn the steering wheel the other direction, and then yeah. So we'll get this side done too. All right. So I'm just gonna speed this side up. And I'll let you guys know how I did. All right. Okay, that was pretty easy. It took about, I don't know, 10 minutes. So here it is. There's a windshield washer reservoir there. So this stuff kind of gets in the way, but the good thing is there's not all these wire harnesses connected to everything, as you can see. All right, so basically all we have to do is take that one clip off on the top and then pop those tabs off and it comes out. So this side is actually easier. I don't know what they're saying. This side's supposed to be harder, but there is less room to work with. So, all right. Okay, I got it out, man. So I'm always having a lot of trouble trying to take these out. My suggestion is you can deform it a little bit. All right, you can press in on the plastic and it'll deform a little bit, and then it'll pop out. All right, just push the wedge a little bit and try to press this in, and then it'll pop out. All right, and there's always one that's kind of hard for me to do. I stick a screwdriver in there and I wedge it in there. Right. I think I scratched it. This one just flew right off when I got that last tab out. Okay, there we go. Oh shit. Okay, so once again, I have to fix the PPF in this one spot right here. All right, all I did was spray some soapy water on it, and then opened it up a little bit, spray a little bit, and then just squeegee it out with my finger. Okay, it's still, you could definitely tell like the spot that it was lifting. All right, hopefully it doesn't lift anymore. Yeah. Just gonna make sure it's clean, but. Okay, so yeah, so just take note, if you have PPF installed on your vehicle, and you had the old bezel or the cover on there, it doesn't install quite the same way as it did before. It's more inset, all right. It's more in there. It doesn't stick out as much, all right. So if you have PPF there, all right, somebody installed some PPF there. You may have to reattach it or something because it was coming out from over there, all right. For both of mine, so I'm not gonna blame the installer or anything because Hades Vegas is changing stuff on the vehicle. So, all right. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and install it finally. Okay, and so with that, I've installed both of the fog light bezels. All right, it took me roughly almost 2 hours, like an hour and a half, sort of. But there it is. They're on there. All right, like I said, I had a problem having the PPF thing. It's better to do it. I know it's better to do it while you got the fog light bezel not in there. Okay. So now we're gonna go ahead and install the wiring. All right. And then I'll put everything back together. So, all right, here we go. Here's the other bezel, or the old bezel. Keep them, maybe sell them. I don't know. It's too bad. It's a shame. This one's a nice glossy black color. You don't see those too often. Only the Rav4 Prime and maybe the XSC model hybrids have them. So, okay, but you know what? Rav4s don't have fog lights. So there you go. All right.